have only 2 eyes. So,
we disseminate that information to the nearest officer around you. And the number is 1213 1213. That's what we have and it's given to most radio stations and also is discussed on radio stations. If I listener, you would have heard about that number by now.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Serekunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The Honorable Minister would agree that to combat the drug menace will require multidisciplinary, multifaceted, multi-purpose approaches. And one of the purposes is sensitization. Would he agree that there is need for collaboration between his ministry and the Ministry of Education so that the sensitization will feature in the curriculum in terms of bringing up children to truly understand the nature and characteristics of the menace itself?
I agree to that, and because this is the reason why school sensitization is part of the programs. And we'll see how best we can take up with the Ministry of Education to put it in the curriculum. But at the moment, we are only going there to meet them and sensitize them on drug use and abuse. But what we are saying is right. We can still engage them further in ensuring that it is part of the curriculum for everybody to understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Question number 35 of 2021 by the Honorable Member for Sami constituency.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly whether there are plans to construct a fire station in Sami constituency?
Honorable Speaker, though it's the wish of the residents of Sami in particular, the chief to construct the fire station in the constituency and are willing to provide suitable land. However, construction of fire station and staff accommodation requires adequate resources, which is not readily available at the moment.
Do you want to follow up?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The reason why I brought this, Honorable Speaker, for the past years, there used to be a lot of fire incidences. And if you look at the whole CRR North, there is no fire station. So I think the Honorable Minister should
justification, not seeking for clarification. That's a justification for the fire station to be constructed.
So I would be very much happy. Thank you.
Well, I don't know whether I can add something to that. We'll definitely look at it, but as I said, the resources are not available as of now. And building a fire station is one thing, but equipping that fire station is the most expensive thing to do. Each of our fire tenders, if you want to fully equip a fire tender, is about 25 million per fire tender. So that's why I said the resources are not readily available as of now. But we look into it. Thank you.
Clarification, not like the previous one. Your first supplementary question definitely was not a supplementary question. It was a statement justifying the need for a station in the constituency. So you can ask a supplementary to clarify if you feel there is any ambiguity in the answer.
No, I'm just coming. What, Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister tell us what are the long plans for this?
As I said, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Member's concern is noted. but the resources are not available as at now, but there are plans to build more fire stations, not only at that location. The issue now is, even if you put a fire station at a particular location, and there is no hydrant located around that end, you just put in a white elephant somewhere and then it's of no use. So that's the reason. So these things, fire stations go with a lot of accessories. You have to have the fire tender fully equipped, and that costs about 25 million. And also other gadgets like where you tap fire from, hydrants. So hydrants have to be well coordinated, and I don't think NAWAC has reached to that around the end. You can only tap it from the sea, if the sea is located near, at a close proximity. So fire service goes with water. Water has to be made available, and then the tenders has to be there. So this is the constraint as of now. But plans are on the way. If resources are made available, then we'll expand the coverage of fire service to the entire nation.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Basse.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. The Honorable Minister has taught the main problem now, that's the hydrant. So some time ago, we did raise the concern whether the river can serve as a source of water. But the answer was that the tanks that we are having doesn't have the capacity to fetch water from the river. The only capacity they have is to receive water from the hydrant. So I don't know whether with this current situation, as you are embarking to multiply fire stations, whether the tanks that will be now provided will be able to fetch water from the river, as the Gambia is blessed with this river from the beginning to the end of the country.
Honorable Speaker, that requires an assessment of the whole area to see whether that is possible. But I want to believe that it is possible to draw water from the river for firefighting. It all requires the appropriate tools to be able to do that, because you need to pump in. So what we have now cannot draw, has to be assisted to draw, and then that's what the hydrants are doing. The moment you open one hydrant, the water comes out, the pressure comes out. The pressure assists in tapping water from that. But in the river, it's very stagnant. If you put a pipe there, you need something to propel it to come to the main tank. So there is, if possible, if we will conduct a study and see what is possible around the river bank. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Fonyi Bonda.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The Honorable Minister informed this August Assembly that there is no fund to build a fire station. But in my question, I want to ask, what criteria did you use to build a fire station?
I don't know exactly what your question relates to, but my perception of your question is that what it takes to build a fire station. If that is right, then as I've mentioned that already, that you require the infrastructure, you require a fully equipped fire tender, you require fire hydrants around that location in a close proximity to the fire station. So this requires a lot of resources. So this is the reason.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are resource constraints I can understand, but is there any plan laid to get resources so that the Honorable Member for Same's concern can be addressed?
Well, the best thing to go is to seek for supplementary budget and then send it to this very August gathering for approval. That's going to be our next plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? Supplementary, honorable members? on that question? Okay. Then we proceed with question number 36 of 2021 by the Honorable Member for Kombo East Constituency. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister for Interior update this August Assembly on the construction of a police station at Jiboro? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, plans are on the way to build a police station at the state border post, Jiboro, as the German Corporation for Internal Cooperation police component support. The support is already in the country and is about to renovate 7 police stations, including Serekunda, Kairaba, Bakau, Yundum, Brikama, Bundung, and Brusubi, as well as to build 2 other police stations. Jiboro is marked to be one of the 2 stations to be built. GIZ engineer is already in the country to do the assessment. In fact, the assessment has already been completed because this was some months ago. So assessment has already been completed. Thank you.
Yes, Kombo East, supplementary.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. How soon will this be put into implementation? Thank you.
Well, I cannot say for certain because these are assistants, and then we cannot force them to tell us when they are going to be ready. They've conducted the assessment, and they will very soon be in touch with us to see what will happen next. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, you're talking about this is an assistant. So in the absence of this assistant, what will happen to this proposed police station that you wanted to construct? Can I go ahead? I think. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Minister says that this is going to be an assistant, through an assistant. So my question is, in the absence of that assistance, or in case that assistant fails, what will happen to this proposed police station that you wanted to build? Thank you.
As I said in the preamble, there are plans to build a lot of police stations. It all depends on, we are going to prioritize this thing. But because this matter was raised here, and then we contacted the GIZ for possible assistance to remedy the condition at that location. But there are plans to build some other police stations with available resources. Thank you.
Thank you. Banjul South.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think my question was asked by the Honorable Member just now. But then again, is the Honorable Minister telling us that we are dependent on our security because we really need the police within our local communities? Is he telling us that we are only relying on support for the security of this nation in building police stations? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I never mentioned that we are relying on only the support. And in the first, even the question prior to this particular question, I raised the issue of resource concern. And then most of these things, we will put up a supplementary. We had a rapport with the security committee of this parliament. And then we intend to put up a lot of funding issues to the Minister of Finance. And probably those issues will come to this very August assembly for approval. So I hope when it reaches your level, you'll do everything possible to make sure that our needs are met. Thank you.
Any more supplementary questions, honorable members? No? And I proceed with the next question. Thank you very much. Question number 37 of 2021 by the Honorable Member for Brikama South. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Can the Honorable Minister for Interior inform the August Assembly why there exists a disparity between different nationals with regards to the payment of residential permits and alien? Example, Bissau Guinean, Conakry Guinean, and the Senegalese.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. In response to the above subject matter, the disparity between the different nationals' payment of residence permit is as a result of either bilateral agreement or presidential proclamation. It could be recalled that in March 2005, there was a joint ministerial commission signed between Guinea-Bissau and the Gambia, amongst which exemption from paying residential permits for the two countries' nationals was part of the agreement. During the last presidential visit of the former president of Senegal, Abdoulaye Wade, to the Gambia in 2011, the former president of the Republic of the Gambia made a presidential proclamation that all Senegalese nationals are exempted from paying residential permits. Similarly, during the former president's visit to Guinea-Conakry, the then head of state, Alpha Condé, made a special appeal to the former president to exempt Conakry Guinean nationals residing in the Gambia from paying residential permit, which was granted and even extended to all other ECOWAS citizens. However, in order to maintain the statistical record of residential permit in the country, and also for the exempted countries to account for their nationals residing in the Gambia, the non-Gambian identity card was introduced as a substitute.
Yes, thank you very much. Can the Honorable Minister explain whether the presidential proclamation could be subjected to renewal or could be subjected to review as far as these issues are concerned? And are you also aware that you have some Guineans that are still paying these things?
I will start from your last question, whether I'm aware. I'm not aware. On the first part of your question, as far as the proclamations are not lifted, we still maintain them. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, this is by way of concern. It's not a question. As he said, he is not aware. I'm a living witness. I'm within my constituency on a daily basis. I'm even aware that I was a witness to where some of these people are arrested for failing to pay their residential permit. And I have to go up to the police station to make some engagement with them. And I had a meeting with them where they reported this, and they reported to me, this is exactly what was happening. I was a living witness to that.
You're saying a matter of fact, according to you. Yes, Honorable, yes, Banyu Sahab. And please, any other Honorable member who wishes to ask a question so that I can take down the list. Yes, go ahead, Banyu Sahab. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Base and Serekunda. Thank
Honorable
you.
Speaker, the Honorable Minister mentioned the question is regarding the payment of residential permits and aliens. And these countries mentioned are ECOWAS countries. Is the Honorable Minister aware of the ECOWAS protocols and the fact that the ECOWAS is not now an ECOWAS of states, but ECOWAS of people? And ECOWAS citizens are now called community citizens. What effect does that have in these people having to pay residential permits or alien? Are they alien or are they community citizens? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, for compliance on international conventions, it has to be locally ratified. I urge this cabinet, also the members of this August gathering, to make efforts to make sure that we adhere to the ECOWAS convention, and by domesticating some of the conventions that are already in the ECOWAS domain. Thank you.
Basse, Honorable Member for Basse.
First of all, I want to be clarified about the convention that the minister is referring us to in responding to the answer of the member for Banjul South. The protocol that the member is talking about is the protocol of free movement of goods, people and services within the ECOWAS region. The right to enter, the right to establish, and the right to reside. So do you want to inform us, does the minister want to inform us whether this particular parliament does not ratify that convention?
I'm not saying, Honorable Speaker, I'm not saying the parliament did not ratify those conventions. But what I'm saying, every convention has some procedural methods, restrictions or whatever that you have to put some guidelines. You can say free movement. But if you don't have the substance to maintain yourself in another country, then your movement will be restricted because it's obvious that when you enter, you are likely to be a destitute. So these are the procedural conditions. So that's what I'm saying.
Basse, you've had your chance. Serekunda.
Honourable Speaker, the member is talking about disparity in implementation. The Honourable Minister is indicating that agreements are signed that is responsible for the different treatment. Is there any indication that sensitization is being done to the maximum so that all those citizens will know the status that should guide their stay in the Gambia? And if there's no sufficient sensitization, would the minister undertake to make such sensitization?
Honorable Speaker, I'm not aware of any sensitization being made. I was not in the country at the time, but I will, from this point, we'll make sure that we sensitize the population more on that, and also the foreign population in this country, so that they would understand the proclamation, the content of the proclamation.
Thank you. Uli East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it will be very embarrassing to call West African citizens aliens in the Gambia. Would the Minister of Interior be kind enough to advise the government to come up with a bill or motion to amend some of these laws to put them in line with the ECOWAS protocol? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, the question is noted, and then we'll put into consideration. Thank you.
Say something about the ECOWAS parliamentarians. I saw two of you raising your tags, so I'll give a chance, either Banjul South or Basse, so that Uli West will have a chance. So you decide amongst yourselves, ECOWAS parliamentarians.
Mine is only an observation, because, Madam Speaker, the Honorable Minister said that people that come here are destitute. I would rather he revisits that word again, because most of these people are independent people who come here mostly and invest. So I think he should revisit that word destitute. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I just want a clarification on that. I think she misquoted me seriously here, and I want an apology from her for that. Because what I said here is, those that come into the country and they have no sufficient means to stay. At the end of the day, if you don't have cash or whatever to sustain yourself in the country, you become a destitute. That's what I said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
To engage the minister so that this issue can be clarified vis-a-vis the protocols. This is my suggestion. Because every time the issue comes up and it's not very clear, but you can sit down and have an engagement, let everybody know what is expected to be done. I think that may be probably a good move. Honorable Member for Woolly West, no, you had an option, either yourself or Banjul South, and you opted.
Madam, if we go by the terms of the ECOWAS protocol on free movement of people and even residents, this thing does not have any place. What do you do with that agreement that we have, which is over 40 years old? What role does it play in this framework? Because you are talking about people who, according to the terms of that protocol, they can come here, they can even work here, they can live here as citizens. Now they are being treated as aliens. What are we doing with that? What instrument that you signed? And it's over 40 years old now. Huh?
Is it a question or a statement? You called him 40 years ago, and for me to answer something that happened 40 years ago, probably. Yeah.
Protocol is still existing. So I'm saying, what role is it playing in this framework? Because now you are treating these people as aliens when, according to the terms of that protocol, they can come here and live here even as like me.
Yes, I think somebody made mention of aliens being very offensive word here as the situation calls for. And I said we're going to look at it and put it in consideration. Thank you.
A good approach. Have a look at it and the decision be taken on it. Thank you. Thank you very much. In fact, we've had actually 7 supplementary questions and 1 or 2 observations or statements. Yes. Question number 38 of 2021. Honorable Member for Brikama South. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly how far is the investigation into the into alleged illicit drug intercepted at the Gambia Ports Authority?
Honorable Speaker, the investigation into the seizure of 118 bags containing cocaine weighing 2 tons, 952 kilograms, 850 grams in a container of industrial salt imported from Ecuador, South America by Circuit Long Trading CLT Limited on the 7th January 2021 at the seaport in the Gambia is steadily progressing so far. 2 main suspects are charged in court for various offenses, including aggravated drug trafficking. International bench warrant and Interpol red notice are issued against the main suspect. Temporary freezing order is secured from the High Court to block all accounts linked to the main suspect. The drugs seized are properly secured in a safe location with armed 24 hours armed guard. It must be noted that this is a typical transnational organized crime, thus the investigation has international dimension. A number of countries are concerned with the case, and the investigators are closely collaborating with investigators in those other countries in the evidence gathering. The National Assembly Select Committee on Defense and Security has been briefed, and they are playing a needful leadership role to support the investigation. Thank you.
Yes, Brikama South.
Madam Speaker, if you look at the date in which this was intercepted, January 2017. It's almost 4 years now. 2017 to date. It's almost 4 years now. No. This was intercepted 7th January 2017. Was it? No. 2021. Okay. Yes. Honorable Minister, can you be specific? Is there any time frame for the investigation to be completed?
In international investigations, you cannot put a time frame. You can take temporal seizures, temporal activities until the main suspect is arrested. This is a criminal link, linking all the way to Ecuador. Lots of personalities are involved there. The Ecuadorian authorities are also investigating. We have to remember also that these drugs transited through many countries, undetected, until their arrival in the Gambia detected. So that chain has to be followed, reverse back to where it originates, get all the required information to be able to charge them, not only putting them before the court, because if you put all the suspects before the court here, that means the other suspects in other countries would go court-free. That's going to be the end of the investigation. So this is why we are collaborating with international partners to make sure that the ring is controlled there in the main, where they departed, in all transit areas and up to here. What we have as of now is only people that we arrested here. We are urging others to arrest others in other areas to dismantle the criminal gang. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister inform us which countries and institutions as partners are involved in the investigation?
I made that, Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether I have already, because these are two questions, these are questions that are very similar. The first session and the second session questions were raised. Number 5 of this particular session and number 3 of the last session. So I've given an accurate answer of this particular question on that. So, but if you still want, I can still, make reference to that number 3, then I will tell you exactly all the countries that are involved.
Those questions are still not part of the records as of now. I think I saw something like that prior to this, but let's just have the response if we can. Of the Honourable Member. He asked for the other countries that are linked, am I right, to the investigations?
The countries that are linked to this includes Ecuador.
It is there.
Spain. French are also very interested in tracking the investigation. The British are also very interested in the investigation. And the Gambia. Thank you.
Please, can you repeat the questions?
Yes. Gambia, Spain, America, Ecuador, United Kingdom interested, and France interested. and Senegal. The last is the Senegal.
Madam Speaker, for clarification purpose, the question is the countries that are linked. I laid emphasis on the countries that are linked, but not ask whether they are interested or not, but the countries that are directly linked.
Honorable Speaker, unless this honorable member wants me to disclose things that I suppose not to at this point.
You know, one thing is the investigations, as I
investigation is still ongoing,
are going on.
That's why I said these are the countries that that have interest. That's not sense. That's not sense. Purposes, I just want to repeat it again. Gambia, Ecuador, Spain, these are the main countries that have the drug passes to. But other countries also have interest, and they want to know the link, the criminal link, and that includes France, United Kingdom, and Senegal. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Talinding.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, how far are you with the investigation of the UDP pickup that was intercepted with a cannabis?
Out of order. It's not related. Out of order. It's out of order.
I am in order. We are under investigation, and this is drug issue. So I want to know how
it's out of order. It's not related to the.
Please, Honorable Member for Talinding, Honorable Member for Central Badibu, please let us exercise decorum. Honorable Member for Talinding, I just wish to draw your attention to the question. The question touches on the what was it? Can the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly how far is the investigation into the alleged illicit drugs intercepted at the Gambia Ports Authority?
Madam Speaker.
Can you allow me? Anybody who wants to take the floor, I allow them. But if I want to intervene, they say no. Just allow me. All I'm just trying to do is to draw your attention to the question and the purpose of a supplementary question. Now, look at the response. If in the response there is any reference to an other, seizure anywhere else, then you can go ahead and seek for clarification. But in the absence of a reference to any seizure outside this specific one in the response, then I'm afraid a new question should have been brought up touching on that. So now I am just looking at it. What it says here is the investigation deals with 118 bags containing cocaine in a container of industrial salt imported from Ecuador. And it goes on and tells you, according to the response, what has been done. So really, the issue of an other seizure does not arise. In which case, if you have a supplementary question on this, I will allow it, but definitely not on the issue that you have raised.
Madam Speaker, you have the discretion to disallow me. But the question is, we are talking about intercepting. And both these drugs were intercepted. And the Honorable Minister could be in a position to explain to me.
The interception of this was there. If you say that, then I can. I'm just trying to accommodate you so that maybe you can have some more room to swim around. But if you want me to exercise my discretion, I can exercise it, and I will exercise it judiciously, and I will disallow the question then, if that is what you want. Thank you. Honorable member for, Opanyomi? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, according to the Honorable Minister, there are international partners within the investigation. So I just want to know how exhaustive in their end, as far as this particular investigation is concerned. I'm just asking locally, how far are you with the investigation? Whether you have exhausted yours or you haven't exhausted it or not. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The necessary things that we should do at our location here in the Gambia are almost completed. But as far as the main suspect to the case is still at large, that is the difficulty that we are facing now. But we have made Interpol, we've obtained a warrant for his arrest and also a red notice on Interpol, so that wherever he goes, he'll be easily tracked and then probably repatriated, extradited back to the country. But investigation is completed. The file is currently with the AG's chambers, and hopefully very soon, probably in the course of this week or next week, we will receive the file from them to proceed with what we have in the Gambia. But that will not stop the main investigation going on, because this is a criminal link and it requires cooperation with other countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Janjambure.
Honorable Minister, considering the magnitude of this crime and the possible causes it can cause on our youth, which of the security apparatus is guiding it, and what is your ministry doing to monitor them?
All that I can say for security reasons is that the substances are strictly under control and they are guided with arms. So the chance of somebody tampering with it is no more. But what I also want to be very clear here is that the effect of these drugs on our youth, as far as our investigation is concerned, it is not intended for the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the Ministry for the giant effort done in detecting this huge amount of drug. Honorable Speaker, in their drive to bring the perpetrators to justice, what is your relationship with the neighboring countries? Because you made mention of Senegal. What of other countries in your strive to see that the perpetrators are brought before justice?
I mentioned countries that shows interest in the matter because of certain reasons. But we've already sent a red notice to all Interpol member countries, so which includes all other West African countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Ilyasa.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My question is the illicit drugs intercepted at Gambia Port Authority. Imagine who was notified party and who was consignee on the bill of lading. Thank you.
We still go into the details, and that will affect the investigation. And as I said, the investigation is still on with the two main suspects at large. Details of the investigation, until we put the matter before the court, then I will not be in a position to disclose that, because it will affect the further investigation into the matter. And as I said, we are dealing with other countries on the subject matter. Thank you.
Thank you. We've already had 7 questions, supplementary questions, in which case we have to move on to the next question, number 39 of 2021 by the Honorable Majority Leader and Member for Kombo South Constituency.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it could be recalled that one Buba Drame was charged for the murder of one Buba Drame in Gunjur and remanded at the central prisons. Can the Honorable Minister Interior inform this August Assembly what led to the escape of Buba Drame from the central prisons in December?
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, the escape matter was investigated and a report has been sent to Attorney General's office, chambers for legal advice. In addition, red notice has been issued by Interpol. The circumstances of the escape is all in. We have about 3 officers who are currently interdicted. But unless we are advised as to what to do next from the AG chambers, these officers will still remain under interdiction. The sooner we receive the outcome from legal advice from the AG chambers, then we'll proceed with the matter, whether charges are going to be preferred against them or not. Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any additional supplement.
Honorable Speaker, this case was dragging for 18 months before Buba was arrested. Buba was arrested by the people of Gunjur because of their hard work and coordination with the police. This matter was taken and Buba was reminded. Somebody who is enclosed in a maximum security wing being released from December 27th to this time, and the government is telling, the ministry is telling us that the file is with the...
Can you just ask a supplementary
what I'm
question
saying, what
for
is
clarification?
how soon is the Attorney General going to bring this file for immediate action to be taken on the case of Buba Drame?
Well, as soon as we receive the file back, we'll definitely take action. But I also want to understand also the citizens of Gunjur did a very good job in collaboration with the police. They all jointly make plans to arrest Buba, and he was in custody. But we also have to understand that the moment you confine a person, his prayer always is to get out of that place. So he will make all plans to get out. So through the negligence of certain officers probably, we are yet to receive the opinion. But the sooner the opinion is out, actions will be taken. That I will give you that assurance.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I think action needs to be taken very quickly. This is a case that is 24 months now, and the agreed persons and our discussions with the family, you have assured us that the report will be out as quickly as possible. And it's 6 months now, nothing is said about the report. So please get this report out as quickly as possible, because it is important that the people of Gunjur knows what is happening with this case.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You will be accordingly informed, and I want to believe that as soon as possible, because what delays was the investigation, but it has to have stages. A panel was established to investigate into the escape, and at the conclusion of their listing, they refer the matter to AG's chambers for legal opinion. So we are now expecting the opinion back to take action based on the recommendation of the AG's chambers. Thank you.
Very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity once again. Honorable Minister, I think the Honorable Member for Kombo South is trying to establish one thing, which is what led to the escape of Buba Drame from the central prison in December. What led to his escape?
What I want to confirm here is that I don't want to contradict any opinion of the Aegis chambers. The investigation is completed. I know what was the investigators reported. But it may, the opinion may have, they may have a different opinion. And I don't want to say something here that will look like I've mentioned one thing and it happens to be the other thing. Very soon the opinion will come out from the Aegis chambers, and then this very August gathering will be informed accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Member for Tumana.
Yes, Honorable, thank you very much. It's just business as usual. Do you have strategies as a ministry to avert people escaping from our prisons? Because looking at the magnitude.
Can you ask a supplementary
question? That's a supplementary question.
No, but
yes, of course. It's in line.
You're asking his opinion, whether he has...
No, I'm not asking for his opinion. I'm asking my question. It's in line. I am asking him whether his ministry has a strategy in place to avert people escaping prisons. Because looking at the magnitude at which some of these prisoners committed, the crimes that they commit. So if they escape and come back in the society, I mean, that's something is alarming. So whether you have a strategy or...
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, there are plans even to build a new prison, a more sophisticated prison yard that would be more preventive and humanly friendly. Thank you.
Yara East.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, the escapee committed capital offense. Is it not mind-boggling that he escaped from maximum security wing? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, as I said earlier, I don't want at this point to comment on the way and manner the person escaped until I get the final opinion from the Aegis chamber. But the sooner that we obtain that opinion, will be shared with the members of the parliament. Thank you.
Member for Bakau. Bakau.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Please, I go by my list.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, what happened to the security officers, or where are the security officers during the escape of Buba?
Honorable Speaker, I think if the honorable member wants me to tell him that, then I'm preempting the opinion. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I rise to bring a motion under Section 53. Motions with Section 53B, motion without notice to adjourn the Assembly for 1 hour and half lunch. Madam Speaker, we still have 10 more questions. 53B, a motion for the adjournment of the Assembly for 1 hour for lunch. We still have 10 more questions, Madam Speaker, and these are very important questions that needs us to concentrate, because these are matters of security. We have the Minister of Justice here. Thank you.
I've been sitting down since morning. I've not had any break, but I just want a convenient point for us to go on break. That's why. So very soon, just so if you can just, let me just plead with you to withdraw the motion and just give us about 10-15 minutes, and then I will.
Okay, thank you. Withdraw.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in the supplementary question by the Honorable Member for Combo South, it appears he is concerned about the delay in seeing that justice is done in the case. When actually did the panel of investigators submitted their report to the AG chambers for study and legal action so that we measure whether there is delay at the level of the AG chambers or at the level of the investigation.
I will not specifically be able to tell you here that, but I know a month or so ago, the file was sent to AG chambers.
Thank you very much, honorable members and honorable minister. The next question is question number 40 of 2021 by the honorable majority leader and member for Kumbo South.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, can the Honorable Minister for Interior inform this August Assembly when will the ministry consider building a police station in Gunjur, Kombo South?
Honorable Speaker, it is the wish of the ministry to build a police station at Gunjur as the police leadership is soliciting help from partners and philanthropists for its construction. Notwithstanding, through a community intervention, the old residence of the chief was renovated and furnished. Thus, this place is used as a police station for the time being.
Honorable Speaker, it's just a point of correction. The house that is being used now belongs to the Gambia Cooperative Department, not the residence of the ex-chief. That was the Ministry of Land Agriculture. That's what they are doing, the consumer cooperative, and that used to be used for community issues. That's what is being used. Honorable Speaker, since 2017, this is the concern. Kombo South is a cosmopolitan region with 5 fishing communities. The crime rates are increasing on a daily basis. That's why all these murders are happening in Kombo South since 2017, because there are no police stations in all these communities where the police are. So it is important that the ministry give us a definite time when they are going to construct these police stations in those coastal villages where the crime rate is very high now.
Thank you very much. We intend to put up a supplementary budget, and it will come before this very parliament for approval. So when that comes, the sooner you approve it, then we build police station. Thank you.
Tumana, do you have a supplementary question on that?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the Honorable Minister the criteria that his ministry used to build a police station.
Thank you very much, and I think this is a very important question for me, and I want the honorable members to understand that before building a police station, we normally conduct assessment, security assessment of the areas. So this is why sometimes everybody wants the police station at your location, but we cannot have police stations at all locations. So we conduct assessment. The criteria used is that there must be high rate of crime in the location. It's all preventive measures, and also for the where the public can, for the public to have easy access to report their cases. So at that Gunjur strip, you have Gunjur, you have Tujere, you have Tanje, Karton. So all this, yes, but we cannot build stations in all these areas. We don't have the resources. But what we are doing now is to at least make sure that certain communities have access to police, so that at least they will not travel long distance to the police station. Because some years ago, people from Sukuta will go to Serekunda. Now that Sukuta has this, and Brusubi have them, those on those locations can easily reach to the police station and come. What normally happens is that if people do not reach to the station on time, they take revenge. Because they are so much frustrated that they want to go back and attack to at least to calm down their anger. So this is the reason why we make several efforts to build police stations all over the country. But the resources is not there. And as I said to Honorable Member, if the bill is before you for approval, you help us to at least, and the committee is helping us a lot. We had years of discussion with them, and they are ready to help. And I hope this parliament will help the security services in upgrading them. Thank you very much.
Any further supplementary questions on this? Yes, Opanyomi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to ask the Honorable Minister, in an instance you cannot build a police station, would you also try to strengthen your patrol around the area so that you can avoid that frequent crime happening around?
Of course, we at the moment the operational commanders have make a country assessment of vehicle needs, because patrols are more effective because the distance between one police station to another, probably the coverage area is too much, and you can do foot patrols in a close proximity, but you can only use vehicular patrol in an extensive area. So they've already conducted the vehicle assessment, and they have to submit their report to the ministry very soon, and we are hopeful that we'll push the same to the Ministry of Finance and finally to this very August assembly.
Any more? Nyani is not asking. Sami is also not asking. Honorable members, any more supplementary questions? I think this is a convenient point for us to take a break and suspend the sitting. And I have about 3:05, but the clock says 2 or 3 minutes to 3 o'clock. So can we say we come back at 3:45? We resume at 3:45. So the assembly now stands suspended till 3:45. Thank you.
Jangan